Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dan selamat sejahtera.
Alright, so saya adalah Asyraf Khalid dan bersama saya.
Ishraq Kamarudin.
So what are we doing, Wak?
Today we would like to welcome you guys to our first pilot podcast episode,
Yes.
which we have just started, called Apa Cerita Podcast.
Yes, Apa Cerita Podcast. Alright, Wak. So, do you want to talk about Apa Cerita Podcast straight away ataupun kita nak cerita pasal kita dulu?
Sebelum start, you may know Ashraf, but some people may not know me. Only my YouTube fans, 5,000 orang maybe.
Oh, ada fans Aku tak ada fans
Ada seceputnya lah kan. Some may know me, but a lot more know Ashraf. But maybe we'll talk a little bit about how we know each other.
Okay, so actually I don't know if you know about this, Awak. But before I knew you, like personally, I was always macam berangan-angan untuk nak kenal you dengan your family.
Serius lah?
And masa awal-awal tu I berangan-angan nak kenal kan. Macam because at that time your dad punya nama baru naik dekat Forbes apa semua kan. So it was one of the first Malay billionaire yang kita rasa macam wow, this guy is like a normal guy, you know.
Yeah.
Usually billionaire kita tengok mostly Chinese. Kalau ada pun macam Syed Mokhtar. And Syed Mokhtar was so macam like susah lah nak tahu dia kat mana kan.
Understand.
So
very hidden.
So when I first knew about your dad, I really wanted to get to know him and also get to know his family. And then at that time I remember my girlfriend at that time, I think you know.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And so their family got close to your family dulu.
Correct. Yeah.
And then they introduced my dad to your dad, and then that was how we got to know each other, I guess.
Yep. I remember the first time meeting you at your house.
Okay.
We all went together with your ex punya family,
Brother,
punya brothers. We went for a drive.
Yeah.
So I came to your house and I remember you salam my tangan, cium tangan.
Oh, aku memang budak yang beradab, bro.
Ya, bagus.
Aku memang budak yang beradab. Aku tak tahu kau lagi muda daripada aku. Sial lah.
So he actually thought I was
Adam's friend. Yeah.
Abang Adam we call him Abang Adam.
Yeah.
So he's quite senior
He's way older than us lah.
way
He's
older.
like 30 over. And then at that time, I remember Wak bawa Aston Martin.
Yeah.
DBS. James
Which is
Bond.
now with your dad, right?
Dah bapak I pula ambil kita tu. So yeah, I think we've been we know each other for a while.
Yeah. I can't remember what was the year, tapi
More than 10 years I would
more
say.
than 10 years lah. Very long time.
Very long time. In fact, my first real business was also with Wak.
Yep.
We were partners.
Correct.
Kita buat
Called A-Class Essentials,
A-Class
which
Essentials.
is still your company now,
my
right?
name is still my company,
Yeah.
A-Class Essentials Remahat.
Which owns Mutiara
we
and
own
your
Mutiara
business, right?
and other
Yeah.
businesses. So that company actually, kalau kita tengok apa orang kata sijil beranak dia, you were part of the
journey.
part of journey lah. A bit gay because boy versus boy. Now it's kembali kepada hukum alam lah, lelaki perempuan lah dengan bini aku kan.
That time I remember I was 2016. So 2016 I just graduated 22.
22.
I was 22.
Yeah.
And then you begged me to join.
Yeah. I sort of, man, because macam bagi I at that time I rasa I tahu pasal marketing, tapi I memang hancur pasal finance.
Yes.
At that time I wanted to find a finance partner, and masa tu konon-konon aku fikir macam aku ni Tony Fernandez, kau ni macam Kamarudin Fernandez lah.
We both berangan.
We berangan lah. And then we started the business, and then it's called Madam Izara.
Correct.
Remember the cosmetic? I think maybe some of you would have heard it.
Yeah.
So we sold quite a lot.
The first year I remember we were doing about 800 to 900,000 in revenue. The
Yeah,
first year.
so
Close to $1 million, slightly shy of $1 million.
So
But what's more apparent is that we started off with little to no money.
yeah, not
Yeah.
little to no money. Memang no
Memang
money
no money.
lah.
Tapi I remember we had to put 3,000 to pay for some small stuff, like
the
company setup,
registration
all
and
that,
stuff like
company.
that. Yeah. So I remember at that time we went to your dad. Kita fikir macam okay lah.
We did a budget,
And
and then I predicted we need 600,000 in startup capital. So I went to see him and said, Ayah, can we borrow 600,000? Then he said, for what? For our lipstick business. I said, 600,000 to do lipstick business? He said, why? I said, I started AirAsia with 1 million. Say, you guys crazy or what? Say, how do you start an airline business with only 1 million? I said, you sell forward. I said, people traveling next year, we sell now. I said, then so then I adjusted our budget,
Business plan,
our cash flow to get money first. So we went all over Malaysia, selling the idea. Kan?
Selling the idea. We showcase lah what is the marketing plan, apa yang kita nak buat, how we going to launch it, and then we managed to get like berapa orang? 10 orang.
5 partner.
5 orang partner, and then they were the one who funded the whole project lah. And they became a partner, and one of them also big name juga. Remember? Kita jumpa dekat depan.
That was the last one because this is one story, right? When you do business, especially when you're a young age, stock was about to arrive the next week. Tapi the first week, the week before tu, we still short of duit. One more partner.
Betul.
Kalau tak cukup duit tu, stok tak boleh keluar. And then that's when you ingat Tuhan, semua jenis semayang, you semayang.
Tak, kita semayang kepada Allah je.
Pasal aku,
semua jenis semayang.
Okay. We pray 5 times a day, tapi we
sunat,
tambah sunat-sunat, yang sunat, yang tahajud. Lepas tu apa yang lepas subuh tu apa? Yang bila ni sunat
lepas subuh mana boleh?
Duha. Bila matahari terbit, semua jenis doa semua. And then happens to be one day kita keluar dari office kan.
Keluar
dan kita
office,
jumpa.
I saw this lady,
one friend.
This lady tak payah sebut aku nama.
Tak payah sebut.
She was in a very nice sport car. Pintu buka ke atas.
Correct.
I kenal dia daripada family friend. I cakap dia, I'm doing this business semua.
She asked, she asked how much margin. We told her the margin. She said, oh, that's good. And then in the end she said, I want to invest lah.
And then dia naik atas.
And then we actually said, okay, we'll send you the paperwork and all. No problem, I'll transfer the money first tomorrow. I know you guys young kids, you need money punya. It's like Tuhan
susun bagi.
Correct. Tuhan tunjuk each, like right in front of our office. We went through the whole Malaysia. Daripada Kelantan ke Terengganu ke Perak, everywhere. Semua tempat kita pergi. We didn't find who we wanted. Lalas depan office.
Betul. And dia hantar anak dia pergi sekolah je. And that was our first business. But mungkin we had our own path after that.
Correct.
After we did that, I think successfully sold off everything. And then we decided not to continue. At that time I pun got married.
Asyraf continued with Mutiara.
I continued, but
I
product
joined AirAsia. That's the time where we split part.
So he was with Asia for the past how many years?
6 years.
6 years.
So a bit of background of ourselves. I was in Asia, CEO office, Malaysia Asia, the airline side, for 6 years. And while I was doing that, started a couple of business because tak boleh lari. When I joined Asia, I set up, I want to focus here 100%. I didn't want to have any business. Tapi a couple of months after that, I started doing business again.
That's in the blood, bro.
So tak boleh lari. And Ashraf, Alhamdulillah, you grew Mutiara to where it is now. And I had a couple of business like Petit Moa, Zora Designer, some fashion business, some real estate. Since then so that's a bit of our background. We've always been in business.
And for me pun, I think about 6 years ago, 2018 I think. 2018 I started Mutiara. And then now
that's when I joined Asia.
That's when you joined Asia. That's when we split path.
Correct.
But then I guess orang kata, jodoh tu mungkin sampai balik kan. And
doesn't have to be suami isteri kan.
Doesn't have to be suami. But maybe kita tak adalah buat business sekarang, tapi at the same time we kept our relationship close.
Correct.
Because whatever happened in the business pun, it was for us something yang we learn a lot. Kan? And to start a business with nothing and then to grow it where it was, and mungkin masa tu kita tak ada pengalaman. Kita punya leadership skill was a bit
a lot of lessons.
A lot of lessons. Kita tak berapa pandai manage kita punya team.
Before I joined Asia, we did all this. Semua everything and anything that we do is macam buat pandai. So when I joined Asia, the things that I've done before and I saw how it's properly done, so the knowledge there that I learned is even more concrete. Pasal aku dah pernah buat, lepas tu masuk buat cara betul, then it's like each budget macam mana betul-betul, cash flow macam mana betul, forecast macam mana betul-betul.
So I guess we went we had our orang kata journey yang sangat bermakna jugalah for the past 6 years ni. You grew as a person. Sekarang ni dah 6 years with Asia, and now
I'm taking a break, by the way. Starting next year.
Taking a break from the CEO's office and going to focus on doing his brand. One of the brand is called Petit Moi.
That's the biggest brand lah.
And then they also doing Zora kan. So
So
Petit Moi ni pun dah ada beberapa kedai, and then they are doing
correct,
doing so well lah, and
correct.
became one of a big fashion powerhouse in Malaysia, and becoming
6 years,
growing.
6 years in corporate. Now I want to go into
Business.
more business side lah.
So when both of us we met just like a couple of months ago, we met for a show, kan. Kita dua-dua
Actually
nak
last month.
Last month.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go for a show together, and then I teman Wak lah. Teman Wak, and then we started talking about it, and I have this plan to do this Apa Cerita for the longest time.
Correct.
I think about 2 years.
Yes.
Maybe about 2 years ago I was talking about it, nak buat dalam kereta. Maybe 1.5 years ago lah, when I got my car, when I got the Tesla. So that time I wanted to do this Apa Cerita dalam kereta.
And you told me about it.
I told him about it, and then masa saya jumpa dengan dia tu, I cakap, aku nak buat podcast lah. I still was talking about it, And then,
but you didn't invite me that time. You were just telling me what you plan to do lah. And then I was planning on doing podcast as well. I think earlier this year, because I was very much into YouTube. So I thought I have a studio, and then I wanted to do with a friend, but then she's not here. She's in London, studying Bath specifically. So I thought macam mana nak buat kan. Then during that show, I proposed to Asyraf, you remember you told me you wanted to do podcast. Rather than you do yourself, I have a place. You have your network as well, because I've always been in corporate. You are terkongkong in the ni lah. Paling-paling I jumpa mostly
your boss
my boss,
Tony,
and regulatory people, people from government and stuff like that. So you build network from there. So I want to expand my business network and also gain more knowledge in terms of running my own businesses lah. So then I said, why don't we do this together? I have a team, a studio, and then we combine our teams, try to make it turn it into something.
Yes. So inshallah, I think what this is a start of something new, and I'm very, very excited for this.
So what do you think? What are we trying to achieve here, and what do we plan to talk about in our podcast here?
Okay, I make it simple, and my own ni lah kan. So basically, aku ni ada kelebihan sikit, which is aku punya kelebihan adalah
tak malu mengaku sendiri
kan. Kelebihan aku adalah aku dilahirkan dalam keluarga yang network dia agak bagus. Macam my dad, he has so many friends, bro. And I've met with so many interesting people. In fact, my dad ni, dia punya one of the characteristic in my dad adalah dia suka jemput orang datang rumah.
I saw that.
So bila dia jemput orang datang rumah, I akan datang sekali, and bila I bercakap dengan kawan-kawan dia, I always get a spark. In fact, I'm inspired, and in fact, why I think I became who I am today is because of the people that I try to surround myself with. And I'm not saying that I'm close to everybody, tapi everybody have good memories with me. Everything I jumpa, we have some good conversation.
Have pleasant memory of you.
Pleasant memory. I have pleasant memory of them. We have a pleasant memory of each other. Kan? So, and this spark, I feel like macam I seorang je dapat. And I thought, why not I share my network, and then bagi manfaat kat lagi ramai orang untuk dapat apa yang I dapat juga. Because in the end of the day, these people are normal people.
Correct.
What differs them from being successful and not is just their mind. Is what is in their mind. So I think this is a good platform. And podcast ni, bro, kalau you tengok, there's a lot of podcasts, of course. And I was also inspired by Keluar Sekejap. Keluar Sekejap, they talk about politics. And then we have Amelia Henderson with Studio Sembang. But she does more entertainment. But then yang buat business focus bagi I kat Malaysia kurang. And I fikir I should use whatever that I have untuk spread good knowledge to people kan. So I think that is why I wanted to do it lah. What about yourself? What
I'm all for that as well. I mean, like, because we've been we were partners back then. And even from last time, you were talking to me about manifestation, all this stuff. I was like, apa benda saya Muhammad ni cakap? And cause that time I wasn't really open to all this yet. So after a while, you also exposed me to doc punya principle also. And I mean, like, you always share with me like sebaik-baik manusia adalah manusia yang bermanfaat kepada orang lain. Those are the things. So it kind of rubbed on me, and I had my own exploration punya ni, and I've had a little bit of fair share also, speaking to and listening to success stories from successful people, and similarly I get inspired so why keep it just to ourselves? Yeah,
right. Don't, bagi I lah, benda ni jangan kita eksklusifkan lah.
Correct.
Kita nak lebih banyak lagi bangsa kita, bangsa Melayu especially.
Betul.
Kan, untuk become as successful as other races in the world.
Correct.
Because dah ada orang yang buat. Bukannya macam there's no. In fact for me kan, macam orang cakap pasal billionaire kan, it's like within reach. Because bukanlah aku boleh jadi billionaire sekarang, tapi orang depan mata aku pun ada yang dah capai benda tu. So it makes you think that it's possible. Kalau tanpa all this awareness, kita pun mungkin fikir macam
Betul. I've seen with my own eyes some dude before becoming a billionaire, and now he's a billionaire. I've seen that'd be nice if one day we can have him here.
But and you see in front of your eyes, right?
Yeah,
all
I see it in front of my eyes. And
datang some minta advice kat bapak you, tiba-tiba boom.
Tiba-tiba boom. So some people don't have access to this, and it'd be nice for us to share it. And also, it's also a good reminder untuk diri kita sendiri juga, right? We get to remind ourselves, like, we've done a couple of sessions and we felt, wah, rasa macam nak balik buat kerja sekarang.
Betul. And in fact, one of the session tu reminded me of having a life yang betul-betul bangun pagi, bangun pukul 5 pagi. This is something that I used to do a lot,
Yep.
And then suddenly you get a bit more comfortable.
Yes.
You dah start bangun pukul 6.
Correct.
Dah 6.30. Dah tak pukul 5 macam dulu lagi kan. So
just ngangam untuk subuh je sekarang.
Just ngangam untuk subuh and things like that. So for me, like when I speak to these people and I see that, no wonder dia punya life macam tu, and that is what I'm missing in my life. So it gives me a spark, and aku pun buat balik. Aku pun start balik. You get what I mean? So for me, kalau benda ni, contoh, I was just talking to you just now, right? If contoh lah kita buat benda ni kan, ada 2,000 je orang view, ataupun lagi teruk 500 je orang view, bagi I, we continue to do it.
Of course.
Because kalau ada seorang pun yang tengok and dapat some manfaat from it, and then be able to change their life,
it's already worth it.
It's already worth it. So for me, tak payah fikir sangat lah pasal RM2 yang kita nak kena labur dekat sini. I'm sure there is. Of course, nak buat apa pun semua kena ada. Nak ingat apa, mic free ni, semua labur, TV free apa tak kan. Everything you have to pay the team to behind the scene apa semua. But I think it can be like our national service. Something yang kita buat untuk help change ataupun help spark people punya mind untuk think bigger.
Correct.
Untuk be the best in the best of themselves,
Can't agree more, and super excited. But so why don't we share a bit what we're going to talk about in our episodes?
Okay, so podcast ni basically kita akan bercerita tentang pengalaman hidup seseorang .
That's why apa cerita?
Apa cerita. The story. So if I may, macam dulu pun kita pernah buat the story.
Correct.
Even me and Wat at that time, we were doing under this NGO, Generasi Bersatu Malaysia.
Yes.
So we were doing the story, where we kumpulkan orang successful, and then we give them a stage. We did in Istana Budaya, in all these places, and then diorang cerita tentang pengalaman hidup dia. But today I rasa kita boleh buat macam tu, tapi berapa orang nak datang?
Correct.
And then cost kita akan mahal gila.
That time it was more offline lah.
That was
right?
offline punya time, and then it was fun, it was good. But I feel like macam if you have a deeper conversation, more people would want to do it also.
Correct.
Sebab kalau macam you bagi orang stage, not everybody wants to do it. If you give panel, dia suka lah.
Agree.
Kan? But if you give a businessman duduk dekat stage cakap seorang-seorang, mungkin
dia tak as
not their element, but
probably it's not as impactful as
as a conversation, right?
Correct.
So I feel this is a good way to tell more stories kan.
Okay, so other than that, I'm sure some people may want to know, when are we releasing these episodes?
We are going to release the first episode on the 8th of January.
8th of January.
Yeah.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendar. That
Yeah.
will be a very interesting episode juga.
Yes.
Dengan satu usahawan yang jual air,
Yeah.
but global.
Yes.
And dia bukannya jual cak ayam punya air.
Correct.
Air yang masuk dunia lah, kita mendunia orang kata.
Yeah.
Should you can you tell us pula bila macam mana kita nak release benda ni?
So we're gonna do it in the target is every week on Monday 8 p.m. So
Dekat
the first
platform?
one dekat platform, we'll have a couple of platforms for those that suka tengok sambil ni. You get to see the whole set. Is on YouTube. So YouTube channel you can actually subscribe now. Is already live. The handle is Apa Cerita TV.
Ya, ni lah.
Correct. Yeah. And then other than that, if you've watched here on YouTube, you boleh subscribe je lah kat bawah kan, and put the bell sign on, so you get the notification.
So we, personally lah, I really hope this will do well lah.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your
Inshallah.
hope and dreams for this?
I want it to go far, man. Inshallah. Especially because the bigger it gets, the more people we can touch.
Betul.
The more people we can touch, the better. Lagi banyak orang bermanfaat pada ni.
Betul.
And it's for long term, right? It stays on the platforms as long as we have it there.
Betul.
So it can be replayed, it can be, and it's free, right?
It's free, 100%
Yeah.
free.
You subscribe free, you like free, you share free. Silap-silap you share, lagi you dapat pahala lagi. Bukannya free you kena keluar duit bayar, but you dapat pahala untuk ni. Kalau bukan you manfaat, tapi orang lain manfaat from
Betul.
it, right?
Betul.
So dia galak-galakkan untuk di share.
Yes.
And who are we planning to invite up? Maybe you can give some insight.
Kita nak
yang dah confirm.
drop name ke tak? Drop je lah
Drop je lah.
So we have quite a number of very interesting guests lah.
Yeah.
Number one, we have people like John
Yeah.
Lemon from House Boom.
House Boom.
And then kita ada people very controversial punya platform called Sugar Book. Have you heard of Sugar Book?
Yeah, Sugar Book is a sugar dating site.
Yeah, Sugar Baby, Sugar
Yeah.
Daddy punya dating
Sugar
site.
baby, baby dengan Sugar Daddy punya dating site.
So we have
For those that
Darren
don't
from
know.
Sugar Book.
Yes.
And then we have Ali Maidin.
Yes. These
The
are all confirmed
founder-
ones yang dah agree.
The founder of Maidin.
Yep.
We have Jovian Mendagi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also confirmed, right?
Also confirmed.
Yeah.
We have Rizman Ruzaini.
Yes.
So we have quite a number of very
These
interesting
are all
people.
Asyraf punya invitees lah. So
Ashraf, some of your invitees
mine,
also.
yeah, I'm planning to invite my friend Gavi, which is from BP Clinic, BP Health.
BP Health yang
BP
dia orang
Health.
yang buat semua all the COVID punya
Correct.
test.
COVID
apa
punya
semua.
test. So they had a big boom during COVID times. He also agreed already.
Yeah, so I think the lineup will be very interesting.
Correct.
And we want to get, all the big brands, big players also to come on our show and tell their story and inspire the youth, and not just the youth, anybody.
Yep.
Can.
Itulah. So we really hope that we get the support, and also before we end this first episode, I'd like to say apologies for any shortcomings.
Betul.
Because we are business people. We're not podcasters.
Yes.
Right?
And I pun betul-betul kena minta maaf juga kalau I punya soalan ke, kalau I punya cara ke tak betul ke, banyak I think
Betul.
ke apa ke kan.
Correct.
So kena minta maaf awal-awal lah.
But we are businessmen and kita berusaha. So we will guarantee you and jamin that we will put 100% effort
InsyaAllah.
from this set. Dah berapa kali tukar dah juga this set.
So
You'll
kalau
see,
korang tengok ada episod set lain tu semua, buat tak tahu je lah.
because we always want to be better,
Yeah.
right? And we don't take orang kritik ke we take it negatively. We take it positively as an opportunity untuk kita improve ourselves, right?
Betul.
So you guys can also put under the comments if you see anything that we can
Kita boleh improve.
Betul. And we will take it. We'll take everything positively, and we will strive and try our best to make it the best experience and as manfaat as possible. Right?
Betul. And insyaAllah, I think with all the stories and banyak yang kita akan kumpulkan, and I'm sure one of the story will relate to you.
Correct.
Kan?
Correct.
Kalau tak semua story tu relate to you, one of it will relate to you. So
Yes.
jadikan benda ni satu sesi yang you guys akan nak selalu nantikan.
Betul.
Bahkan satu benda yang it's
You
like
get excited
a
and-
weekly punya ilmu punya session lah.
Correct.
That I'm bringing this to everybody for free.
Yes.
Kan?
Free.
So, free of charge, no payment. You know,
Well, you subscribe, you share, you lagi
and
dapat pahala.
you know, banyak bro benda kalau you nak belajar sebenarnya you kena bayar.
Betul?
Even I masuk kelas, bro,
We pay a
juta
lot.
bro,
Yeah.
habis.
Yeah.
Kan? If you calculate how many years that I've been
Yes.
spending on masuk kelas sana, masuk kelas,
Correct.
millions. But you know, ilmu ni lah yang akan membantu kita untuk grow in life. Ilmu ni juga yang akan bawa kita ke satu tempat yang kita tak pernah sampai.
You can get a mindset shift through ilmu also.
Betul.
You get to learn different things lah.
Kan? InsyaAllah. So I hope everybody will support us.
Yep. And if there's any speakers or any
suggestions that you guys want, orang-orang yang you guys
punya
nak kan,
look up to, right? Your model in life.
Yep.
Kan? You want us to try to invite?
Yep.
Yeah, please drop down in the comments below as well.
Yeah.
We will be more than happy to usahakan.
Alright.
Yeah.
So everybody jangan lupa untuk saksikan episod pertama kita. Ini kita punya pilot episode dan we will have 9 of our other episode adalah kita berdua.
Yes.
Semua episod kita adalah kita berdua bersama dengan guest.
Yes.
Kan, this is the only episode kita berdua just to have an introduction of what we are doing.
Yep.
So this is our podcast, Apa Cerita, and we will bring you a lot of interesting guests.
Correct.
And insyaAllah,
Please follow Apa Cerita TV on Instagram, Apa Cerita MY on TikTok. Dah ada orang ambil
Dah ada
TV.
orang.
Apa Cerita TV on YouTube and website nanti dulu lah.
yeah. So jangan lupa tengok hari
Isnin
8
8 PM
malam.
every week.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe, it's free.
Yeah.
Like and share.
Alright.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.